Hey guys, how you doing? Just wanted to show you some gameplay, typical, just one day, almost consecutive games. Oh, World of Tanks. Trying to get a win. It's, as I say before, this is just more video evidence to back up what I'm talking about getting focus fired and just finding it so difficult to be put on winning teams. You know, you don't get to choose your teammates in World of Tanks, right? So, just once again trying to back up what I say about the game with video evidence and showing you almost consecutive games from a range of tanks and tiers. I struggled so bad and I struggle so bad and every day in this game to just get a win. And surviving a win is extremely difficult for me. So stick around. It's a long video, but I'm going to show you again, as I said, almost consecutive games. Some of the games I left out was finally getting a win in this piece that I'm working on. It was a game that was just the win. When I finally did get a win, it was full of bots, so I didn't include it, right? There's so many bots in this game now. Guys are, leaving this game in droves for good reason. But again, when I show you what I feel is unique, I don't see from other guys' gameplay, them getting focused until you're dead in this game, like I am. And it's not a boast or just a wild claim. It's 66,000 multiplayer games in this game, and it's just a day in, day out struggle to get wins and struggle to survive. Wargaming puts me on such terrible teams, so watch for the teams. Teams that all go to one side of the map and just put it in park when they're facing when they should be able to easily roll over a side because they have superior tanks and superior numbers. Another instance in the gameplay here where I literally gotta try it. It's like pulling teeth to get guys on my team to come forward and shoot. Whereas you'll notice on the enemy teams, the guys, and of course getting focused by artillery all the time, that goes without saying. Every freaking game I'm in, I'm targeted by these guys, and it's so hard to survive when they're shooting at you exclusively. I'm not even in a top tier, I'm not, there's a top tier tank destroyer right beside me, but the guy, they know who they're shooting at, right? Not to get too distracted for a sec, but nobody hates artillery guys more than me in this game. I hate wargaming, I love the game, but I can't. Wargaming is just, as I said before, when I first saw this game, I was excited about it, and I came across an article from a guy who was a former employee. It was translated in English, and it was, the guy worked somewhere in wargaming, but on the PC side. This was long ago when it first came out for PS4. Came across this article in the forums, and it was just up there briefly because as soon as Wargaming saw it, they took it down, right? And the guy said everything about this game is controlled by Wargaming. You don't control anything in this game. So this stuff that you can control your win rate, that's bullshit, illusion, right? You're one of 30 other guys on the team, so statistically, of course, it's nonsense to say that. But, you know, you get guys who still propagate that nonsense. So, you know, it's so hard for me to get put on a decent team or I have a chance of winning. It's so hard for me to survive these attacks that are relentless, no matter what tier, what tank, no matter where I go. They will focus me. Not just the artillery guys, most of the guys on the enemy team. That's why I wish Wargaming would remove the names. So you just say CPZ 58. Of course, they're not going to do that, right? They're not going to do anything with this game. They're just going to be happy to sit back, do nothing. Maybe buy some premium stuff now and then. And they're happy, right? They don't care about the number of bots in the game anyway. Or anything else about this game anymore, too. It's just on cruise control, right? Cruise to control to oblivion, I think, judging from the increasing number of bots. So, just to get back to the teams, so watch for teams that, enemy teams who know what they're doing, who attack all sides of the map, who don't just do what my teams do, go to one side, put it in park, or not want to leave the base and get trapped and killed. It should be obvious, and like I'm showing you a wide variety here. The Kolzak here and Kronwagen, and later on the Object 780, to another tier 7 tank, Czech tank, the premium, the Tiger 1, A18. So a variety of tiers and a variety of, you know, but all heavy tanks, of course, but just showing you, you know, what I'm talking about. Guys who refuse to read the map, who can't count, who don't know where the enemy is, and who camp up the base, and then when the enemy comes for the base, first thought that comes for the mind is to run away. And in a game you'll see coming up, the enemy is attacking, you know, nicely all over the map, like very even, and they drive forward and they shoot and they win. And I have just one guy come to one side of the tank of the map to come and help me, you know, where I'm outnumbered. You know, you cannot win with only 1 or 2 or 3 other guys on your team having any clue what's going on. But this is the type of teammates that Wargaming puts me with all the time. Whereas I'm facing enemy teams all the time who know to drive forward and shoot. I'm facing enemy artillery guys who know not only where to shoot but who to shoot, namely me. So again, I just showed you video evidence of all the stuff that I talk about in my videos. And in this particular game here, one other thing before I go, I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, it's a very long video. But a guy who's quite happy that I got killed at the beginning here of the match. But it's always the same thing. The guys who, you know, mock you for dying, we're never getting shot at. I've seen my team, after I've been mocked by a guy like that for dying, for getting shot at and killed by the enemy, and the friendly team has gone on to win after that's happened twice. Just 2 times. The rest of the time, it's only a matter of time before that guy who mocked me for dying also gets found out where he's hiding, usually at the back. This is the only guy on the team that was supporting me, was that artillery guy, really. and that the other light tank who went over there. There's the guy here. I think this is the guy here. He was quite happy that I died. But where is he? Oh, he's safe and sound in the back. Nobody's shooting at him. Artillery guy not shooting at him. He's spotted. The artillery guy won't shoot at him until after I'm dead. So just kind of reoccurring themes over and over and over again that happened to me in this game. And it's so difficult to get a win. I know most guys can't relate to what I'm talking about even, because they don't get shot at like that. They don't get focused like this. As I said before, you don't even see the CCs getting focused like this. They're getting such ridiculously... they get put up against such ridiculously bad teams. But I'm facing the aces all the time. I'm facing the artillery guys who know that if they take beer out of the game. So this is what I'm going to call this video. If you kill beer, the rest are easy. In almost every match. Not all the time, of course, you know. I do win games. I do survive some winning games. But it doesn't happen very often. So that's what I'm titling this a long 10-minute spiel here to get to the title of the video. Kill beer and the rest are easy. It's a piece of cake. If you watch my videos, watch how often the team absolutely disappears after I'm gone. Well, of course, there's an easy explanation for that, because all those guns who were aiming at me exclusively are now free to search for another target. So you would figure all the teams I get put on should be able to take advantage of it, but they're so bad. They're so unbelievably horrible that they can't take advantage of that. Because they're parked somewhere in the back, like this guy here, complaining. You know, you sit at the back and you just watch your teammates disappear. And you think you had a good game. See, it's only now that the artillery guy even thinks about shooting at this guy. But he's being spotted. Before now. There you go, boom, see you later. So you're not making it 3. You're not making it the 3rd game where that's ever happened to me, where I've been mocked for getting shot at by the enemy and killed. And yet you've gone on to win the game. You're not doing, you know, you were one of the guys who did that. Only 2 guys have done that before. Anyhow, guys, I hope you watch the rest. Thanks for putting up with me, the rants. I don't know what can I say about this game. This is Wargaming matchmaking. Wargaming, if they want you to have a winning record, you're going to have a winning record. And if they don't want you to have a winning record, of course you're not going to have a winning record. Doesn't matter what you do. If you can control your win rate, let's see you win every match. Why aren't you winning every match then, if you can control your win rate? Next time some CC talks about that bullshit, ask them why they don't win every game if they can control their win rate. Win every game then. And you'll get them to admit that it... well, you probably won't get them to admit to anything, but you know, if they were trying to explain that, they would talk about teammates. So it's about teammates then. Who controls the teammates? Do you control the teammates there, Mr. CC, who's talking about, you know, win rates? No, Wargaming does that for you, buddy, so, yeah. You're just one of 30 on this playing each and every match here. Just one of 30. Anyhow, guys, appreciate you listening and stick around to the end. Thank you.
Focus attention here. Penetration. this area.